What up, Fightful fam? Shakiel Mahjouri here with a bona fide winner and 50 grand richer. Daniel Pineda, how's it going, my man?
How's it going, brother? Doing good.
Doing good. I see the eye is healing nicely. I'm glad to hear that. What's your timeline looking like for a return right now? I know there's a medical suspension, of course, but how's that coming along?
Pretty much, 45 days till I can actually get contact again. So back to the gym, sweat.
Oh, man.
But I should be taking these stitches out like in the next 2-3 days.
Okay, so it's coming along quickly. That's good to hear now. Listen, I know you're obviously looking for your big fight. You say you want to get a full camp in. You're ready to go against whoever. But I want to ask you, who do you think truly, honestly wins in a fight? You or Derrick Lewis? Because I see you calling my boy out.
I'll whoop Derrick's ass. As long as he don't touch me, because if he hits me, I might go to sleep.
Fair enough. You got the speed advantage, though. I got faith in you. Now, you're coming off that huge Herbert Burns fight, and I remember tweeting after the fact, because you got the finish very late in round 2, and I put a tweet out there. I'm like, I wonder if there's a sense of urgency on Daniel's part, because I wonder if the doctor would have stopped the fight based on the condition of your eye. I got told I was being crazy, but I think I saw you saying in an interview with with my MMA News that, yeah, you were actually conscious of the fact that the doctor might stop the fight between rounds. What was going through your head?
Man, I've been through that already, like with the cut of my eye, freaking winning the whole fight, literally going in the third round. I get cut, New York, they stop it. You know what I'm saying? So I was thinking about that the whole time. I'm like, oh, God, please don't. I was hoping it wasn't that big, but it was pretty freaking big. It was 18 stitches.
Yeah. Well, listen, you cashed in good on, you made sure I didn't go to third round, excuse me. And, you got that Crucifix finish. And on Tuesday's episode of the Contender series, Orion Koss gets a Crucifix finish in round 3. I think back, Valentina Shevchenko finished Caitlin Shakiel with a Crucifix. Is the Crucifix one of the next moves to make a real splash in MMA? You had the elbows against the fence, you had the calf kicks. Do you think the Crucifix is going to start getting its shine soon?
Oh yeah, I think so, man. I think a lot of people are going to start using it a lot more. I mean, it's not that easy to get into it, but once you get into it, it's hell to get out of it.
Yeah, it's like you don't even need to necessarily be putting everything into the shots. It's like at some point the referee just sees this defenseless person on the floor and they're like, well, guess you got to call it, right?
Yeah, and especially, your elbows are right there by the face. That's the only, you can throw your hands at them, but, you get more power from your elbows. So it's like, throw the elbow.
Throw the elbow. Ryan Kosk, I saw him throwing these little rabbit punches. Throw the elbow.
Oh, no, throw those.
I saw in your pre-fight interview going into the Burns fight how you were saying that the second, you have a beautiful newborn baby daughter. You've been, helping take care of your wife as she was going through the pregnancy. And that this second run for you is about making as much money as you can. How good did it feel to get a Fight of the Night bonus in your return to the UFC?
Oh man, it felt awesome. And I told my wife before I left, I was like, man, I'm going for a bonus. That's the way I fight. I fight to finish fights and to try to make as much money as I can. So bonuses. So every time you see me fight, I'm going to go for a bonus.
Bonuses. How does this differ from your first run in terms of your motivation? Like when you were younger in the sport and you made your first UFC stint, what was the primary goal at that time for you?
Man, I was just young, just going out there. I didn't have everything put together, man. I was like, if I was going to wrestle, I was just wrestling. You know what I'm saying? I'll take you down. If I was standing up, I just wanted to throw down. Like now I'm putting it all together. I'm mixing my shots. I move my head more. It don't seem like it, but I'm actually moving my head a little bit more. I'm putting everything together. My stand up, my ground, me staying calm. Like I used to be freaking where before the fight we even started, I was just so nervous that I get tired. So by the time I get to the fight, I'm dead already.
Have you thought about pinching your nipples like George St. Pierre and Rashad Evans?
I don't even know if that would work.
I don't know. It's a strange thing. I don't quite know what it is. George St. Pierre, I think, once said it's like a way to just kind of like make fun of himself. Like he's in this super tense situation and he does something frankly ridiculous on national TV on a pay-per-view, and it just kind of like kills the nerves, but it's definitely a strange thing.
I bet you it hurts. I don't know. Try it.
So yeah, like when you were younger in your, obviously, you know, parenthood changes a lot of people, especially fighters. Like just look at Donald Cerrone's run after he welcomed his child. When you were going through your first stint in the UFC, like what was your primary motivation? Was it the championship? Was it still money? Like what was keeping you in MMA the first time around?
Man, it's always been money to me, man. You know, like to me, it's always been money and just trying to, you know, have more. You know, then I just want more. You know what I'm saying? I always want more, no matter what. So yeah, but I was dumb. You know, I was trying to take every fight I could. I would 2-week notice fights. I was hurt the whole time I was in the UFC. The first time my ankle was freaking gone, and you couldn't tape up your ankles, so it kind of like sucks, you know. But I just gotta be smarter now.
For sure. And, you know, being one of these guys who's had a couple stints in the UFC now, what would your advice be to younger fighters who get the call up early? Because we see sometimes, you know, Chase Hooper is an example that comes to mind recently, who get in there probably a little sooner than they should in terms of their development. And then, you know, when you're in the UFC, there's no easy fights. You kind of get fed to the sharks, and it can really kill your progress. What would be your advice to young fighters who have time to develop on the regional scene, but, you know, they see the UFC calling?
Yeah, man, don't be so eager to like just jump in the UFC. You know what I'm saying? Because like if you're like 19, 20, 21, you know what I'm saying? Like you're going to jump in the UFC and 2 fights later, you're going to get your ass kicked and you're going to be back at regular shows. You know what I'm saying? Take your time, train hard, get a couple hard fights. There's a lot of cherry picking. Like all these people out there, you know what I'm saying? That's why they got these good records, and then they go in the UFC and get their asses kicked, you know, and then guess what's going to happen? Go back, get a regular job.
Yeah, nothing like when you see a 9-0 fighter and they've got like a 14-50 bum on the resume.
And there's a lot of these people, you know, because it used to be like that, man. Like whenever I was fighting, is whoever they put in front of you, that's who you fight. You see what I'm saying? You can't go and freaking cherry pick. I never cherry picked. I just fought whoever got in front of me.
Yeah. Where does the response, like, you know, if someone's a new fighter and they're looking to get into the sport, what advice would you give to them in terms of surrounding themselves with the right kind of coaches and keeping an eye out for the type of regional matchmakers that are going to try and take advantage of them? Like, how would you advise them to go about getting their career started?
Man, honestly, just get good coaches, you know, stay loyal to a gym. Don't freaking go around every gym out there in the world, you know. Stay loyal to a gym and find a good manager, man. You know, Jason House. Go get a good manager. That's him right there.
100%. As we wrap up here, if you had your dream situation, is there a particular event or a particular date that you'd like to fight at, and is there a particular opponent you may have in mind?
Man, opponents, whoever they put in front of me.
Sure.
You know, I would like to you know, I will fight if I can with Derrick and his card.
For sure.
Get on their card. And if that doesn't happen, I'm just gonna wait till all this COVID stuff stops and freaking, you know, wait for all the fans to get back in the stadium, then I'll fight again.
Oh man, wouldn't that be nice to have some fans back in the arena? Although I will say props to UFC. The fanless fights have been super interesting. Like the trash talk, hearing the corners, the thuds. Like the thuds have been nasty.
Yeah, you hear every single punch, every kick. You're just like, God damn, I didn't know that was that hard.
100%. All right, anyone who thought they want to be a UFC fighter, check out one of these crowdless fights first. Daniel Pineda, man, I want to thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on the big win and your emphatic return to the UFC, and I know we're all excited to see you fight again soon.
Oh yeah, man, I'm excited, man, and thank you for having me, brother.
Fightful